Hello, Sash-Ann Renee here. Thank you for stopping by my channel. So today we're doing things a little different. This entire video is gonna be voiced over. I really just wanted to talk to you guys while you watch me do my makeup. So this is a very sensitive topic, so if you're a child, you're under the age of 18 or anything like that, please get consent from your parents. I'm already gonna list this video as not for kids. So I want to talk about surviving sexual assault, specifically me surviving sexual assault. So in October, I really don't remember the year because I have buried it in my memory. And if I try to remember the exact year, the time, the date, and all that stuff, it's gonna be a little bit too rough for me. So I'm not gonna go that deep down in memory lanes. I'm just gonna give you guys the basics of what I can remember because I have buried it so deep down in my subconscious that I do not remember most of the events or most of everything that took place like back to back. So anyway, I am a survivor of sexual assault. This is something that I wanted to share on my topic. This is something that I wanted to share on my channel. This is a topic that I wanted to share on my channel. Look at me, already flustered and just starting the video. It's something that has been very difficult for me to handle. It's been something that's been difficult for me to talk about. And you already know it's difficult for me to remember. And I try not to remember it. But before I move forward with my channel and uploading all these things, like, I'm okay and I'm happy and I'm good, I needed to get this off my chest. So I decided to just record this video of me putting on makeup with my clown face right here. And to just do a voiceover of what I have gone through, what I have survived, what happened to me. Now, full disclaimer, a lot of my family members, a lot of my relatives, they are not gonna be happy with this video. And to be quite honest, I'm sorry. I cannot care about your feelings right now. I cannot put your feelings first because this video is not about you. It is about me. I am doing this for me. I have spoken to my therapist about this. I've spoken to my psychiatrist about doing this video. And they said, once I feel ready, just go ahead and do it. I feel like I am not that quite ready, but I'm never gonna get as ready as I need to get. So I just wanted to get on here and share real quick. So like I was saying before, I was interrupted by my own brain again. In 2018, a couple years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago, I was sexually assaulted. So let me backtrack in the story. I ended up trusting the wrong person. I let my guard down. I let that person into my life. I let that person into my apartment. I allowed that person to be around me, which was something that I didn't know at the time that was a mistake, which you'll learn. If you're in therapy, you will know that what you didn't know, you couldn't have known. What one of my therapists told me when I was getting my treatments, she said, what you know now, you couldn't have known then. And that's something that has gotten me through a lot of tough times. What I know now, I couldn't have known then. Say that to yourself if you feel like everything is your fault, which I did feel like everything was my fault, and keyword did. I blame myself for absolutely everything that happened to me. Like, I should have known. I should have prevented it. I could have prevented it. Why did I let this happen to me? Why did I allow this man to take advantage of me this way? I broke myself down so many times throughout everything, and I had to go through a lot of therapy sessions to realize that none of this was my fault. None of it was my fault. It was that person. That person chose to do that to me. That person saw me as an easy target, because if you know me in real life, you know that I am a fun, jovial, easygoing, hardworking. You know that I'm an extrovert. I'm always fun. I'm like the life of the party, right? So this person saw that in me. They saw my good spirit. They saw, I wouldn't say my innocence, but they saw just my light. They saw my light, and they wanted to take advantage of that. So me being so trusting and so loving and so fun and jovial, I didn't recognize that I was his prey. He was a predator and I was his prey. And he got what he wanted from me, basically. I don't know if I'm gonna go into full detail of my actual assault, because I don't know if I'm there yet. But I wanted to do this video just to get it out of the way. This is the reason why I started YouTube. A lot of times people will say things and do things, and then they do something different. Like me right now, I started off my channel with trucking and beauty, but the real reason for my channel was this right here. I wanted to share my journey of being a sexual assault survivor. I was a victim. I am no longer a victim. I survived. I survived that a-hole. Okay? And you can survive whatever you're going through too. I wanted to start this channel to reach out to people, whether you're male or female, just people in general that has gone through what I have gone through, and that is going through what I am going through, because every day is a constant struggle. Like, I am currently on medications for depression, anxiety, mood swings to help me sleep. All of that stuff, it's gonna be there and it's not gonna go anywhere. So what you need to do is just make sure you get help. So I'm rambling. Let's get back to the beginning. So in October, that's when the actual sexual assault event happened. Before then, I was an acquaintance of this person. And like I said, when we met, I was just that person's predator. Oh, that is a pretty eyeshadow. Okay, let me get back to it. Oh, ADHD again. So I met this person when I was in Germany, stationed in Frankfurt, Germany. I was in the Marine Corps. For those of you that didn't know, I served 7 wonderful years in the Marine Corps. And I was actually planning on retiring in the Marine Corps, but then all of this happened to me and it got a little difficult, because you don't want an unstable person around weapons and other Marines and stuff like that. So I was an acquaintance of this person. We met in Wiesbaden, Germany, and I can picture it right now. I was in the PX. If you're a military or you're affiliated with military, you'll know what a PX is. So for those of you who are not familiar with the military, a PX is basically like a Target or a Walmart for the military. So we met in the PX. I was buying some rain boots and he was there with his other friend. Now, this person is Caribbean and I'm Caribbean, born and raised in Jamaica. Me a Jamaican girl, okay? So when you find somebody from the Caribbean in a distant country such as Germany, like you're in a different continent, you feel a bit of home. You feel so homey. And that's what that person used against me. They used that. Oh, such a pretty eyeshadow. Anyway, they used that to get to me. So when they heard my accent and when they heard that, you know, I'm from Jamaica, and I found out where they were from, and then I found out that they were military too, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, you know, we can go out, we can have some fun, because, you know, we used to party a lot in Germany. And we exchanged numbers. They told me their names, stuff like that. I gave them my name. You know, just the regular meet and greet. You know, when you're meeting somebody for the first time and stuff like that. So that's what happened in the beginning. Now, the same night we decided to go partying, and I brought a friend of mine. So it's going to be 4 of us, 2 girls, 2 boys, or 2 men, 2 women. Because, you know, we're not girls and boys anymore. We're grown. We are grown folks. So we actually went out the same night that we met. We went dancing. And like I said, we're Caribbean. I'm Caribbean, he's Caribbean. I'm black, he's black. You know how we get down when we're dancing with Caribbean people, when we're dancing to Caribbean music. Okay? Remember this, because this is gonna come up again. The way how we were dancing, a lot of people can perceive it. If you're not used to the Caribbean culture, you can see it as being very sensual, very sexual, very teasing and tempting, right? Because that's not your culture. You're not used to it that way. So just remember this part. So we were dancing, and that's exactly how we were dancing. That's how we dance, right? So after the night ended, this person tried to separate me from my friend. And me, again, still being naive, I was still being nice, still smiling. I was still saying no, you know, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home with my friend. I was still saying no. And this person was so determined to separate me from my friend, because you know what that person wanted to do to me. You can read between the lines what that person wanted from me. I kept saying no. That person kept trying, kept being persistent, kept pushing. His friend even said, man, let's just go, man. You see the girls, they're not interested. They said no, they're not interested. This person kept pushing. And we kept saying no over and over again. That was, well, that should have been my first red flag. And I didn't take it as serious as I should have. Okay, so after that event took place, we were talking on the phone. And every time we would talk on the phone, I would tell this person that I didn't appreciate what you did that night. And that person would say to me, oh, you're still on that topic. You're still talking about the same thing. I already apologized to you. I already said it was nothing serious. You know, we're just drinking. And man, you're still talking about that same thing. I thought we moved on from that. And I would go on to say, I'm just saying I didn't appreciate the way how you dealt with that situation, and I didn't like it. Like, I'm not that type of girl to just go somewhere with you just because we just met, we were dancing, we were vibing. I'm not just gonna go spread my legs and give it up, right? I don't know what's going on right here. I think my video or my camera was dying or something. I don't know what I'm trying to figure out. I think my camera was overheating right here. So some of these clips, guys, probably won't make sense to you because I was having a little technical difficulty while filming this video. Sometimes I gotta think, did it happen because I was not supposed to film this video and not talk about this right now? But anyway, we still gonna push forward. So just listen to my words. If some of the clips seems if some of the clip seems a little distracting or a little crazy, or you don't know what's going on, just try your best to ignore it and just listen to what I'm saying, please. I would appreciate it. Even if one person listened to this video or watch this video, that would mean a lot. I really just want to reach that one person that has been through what I've been through, that is going through what I am going through. Anyway, let's get back to it. So this person would basically dismiss what I was saying about feeling uncomfortable and not liking what he did that night, with trying to separate me from my friends and trying to get me to go back to his hotel, all sorts of stuff. Now, mind you, this entire time I was engaged to someone else at the time, not my husband that I am married to right now. Someone completely different. Oh, those sponges, I need to wash them. So I was engaged at the time, so I kept telling that person that no, I'm not interested. I have a fiance. I am engaged. I'm not interested. I don't like you like that. We can just be friends. We can just be buddies, because when you find somebody from your country, you want to speak the language, you want to listen to the same music, you want to have fun together. At least that's how it was for me. So that's how that all started. I guarantee you that person would not have gotten my attention or time of the day if he was from a different country or anything like that. So it felt like a breath of fresh air for me at the time, not knowing that I was just a target for this person. So fast forward with me telling this person how I felt about how he handled the situation. It didn't mean anything to this person because that's how I actually got assaulted. So we're gonna go on to the next phase of the story. My birthday, October 19, 1994. That's my birthday. So I was celebrating my birthday in October 23rd, I believe, or 22nd. The weekend of my birthday, I was celebrating for that. And I invited this person. I invited a few friends from church. I invited a few friends from work. And then I invited that person and his friend. And they came around, all the stuff. We were still talking, still, being Caribbean fun, people, all that stuff. And I had to reiterate so many times, like, no, I don't like you like that. I'm not interested in you like that. We can just be friends. Of course, there was flirting here and there, but I would shut it down as soon as I saw that this person was getting a little serious. Oh, this is triggering me so bad right now. Okay. Oh, my own smile just made me feel better. Okay, so as I was saying, as soon as I saw that this person was crossing the line or crossing the boundary, I would shut it down immediately, which again didn't mean anything. And me with my naivete again still wouldn't take it as serious because I have never been in a situation like this before where my words didn't mean anything to this person. If I said no, I meant no. If I said stop, I meant stop. So we were there, we were getting dressed, we were getting ready. I think I'm having technical difficulties here with the camera again. We were getting dressed, we were getting ready to leave to go back to Wiesbaden to celebrate my birthday. We're going to a club. We got dressed, we were getting ready to go out, and let me tell you how happy I was to have people around me that I cared about, to have my friends around me, to just go out and have fun. And it was already pre-planned that I'm around people that I trust, so just watch me, guys, and take care of me because I'm planning on getting drunk tonight. Like, I'm gonna be drinking and I'm gonna be getting drunk, not knowing in my head this person they were listening to my words and already planning to probably use that against me. Oh my gosh, I just realized this now that I'm telling you guys this video. I never thought about that. After all these years, I've never thought about that. Anyway, that's probably what happened. You know, we can always assume this and that and say whatever we want, but this is my story. This is my story. This is my truth, and I decided that I'm going to share it. I don't care about the hate or the lashback or whatever I'm going to get from this. It is what it is. It happened to me. It cannot change. It won't change. We cannot go back in the past and we can't change it. Okay? So that's what I said I was going to do because I was around people that I trusted. I wanted to get drunk. I wanted to get wasted. It was my birthday. I think I was turning 22 or 23, something like that. But I was definitely 21 before. So we went to the club. We started dancing. They went back to their hotel to get ready. And remember, during all this time, I was engaged, so it was just all friendship stuff, dancing, maybe a little flirting here and there. And like I said, as soon as it got a little too serious, I'll just be like, hey, I don't like you like that. We could just be friends. Just because I'll smile with you and flirt with you a little bit, that doesn't mean that I'm interested in you sexually or I'm interested in you any type of way like that. I am engaged and I am definitely planning on getting married. And this person would back off and they would say, oh, okay, man, you're still talking about this man, or you still talking about this person, or you're saying this and you're saying that. But fast forward, we're at the club and we were dancing, and little did I know, remember this part also, this person was recording me dancing. I spent most of the night dancing with my girlfriends, and I'm not gonna say her name, but if she's watching this video, she knows who she is. I spent most of my nights dancing with my girlfriend, and we had so much fun together. During this time that I was dancing, this person kept trying to get me to dance with them, and I kept saying no. I probably danced with them once or twice for the entire night that we were there. They kept trying to get me to come off the stage because there was a stage there at the club, right? And they would allow the girls to get up there and dance. So of course, beautiful me and my beautiful friend, we're gonna be up there dancing. But every time I would get up there, he would try to get me down. Sorry guys, I'm swallowing a lot because I'm very nervous about talking about this video and doing stuff. So my English might not be as great because I'm overthinking a lot of stuff. I'm literally just speaking off my heart and speaking off my head. I didn't write any of this down, so I'm just talking. And I'm not going to re-record this video or reprint this video or re-record, I should say. I just need to get this off my chest so I can move forward finally with my YouTube channel, because I've been posting a lot of videos and stuff, but it's not going the way that I would want it to go. I haven't spoken my truth yet, so that's what I'm doing now. Anyway, we started dancing together for a little bit, and then I went back on stage, and every time I would go on stage, he would try to get me down to dance with him. He would bring me shots, he would bring me drinks, he would bring me this, and I tried my best not to drink. I didn't drink much of the stuff that he would bring me. I would drink the stuff that my friends would bring me. And one time he brought me a tequila shot and it spilled on the ground, but I still tried to finish it. You know, not believing that this person is trying to hurt me or is planning to hurt me. Okay, so fast forward, the night is ending and we're ready to go home. Of course, I'm wasted, which was the plan. This person apparently was wasted also, and nobody knew it because my friend that I was dancing with, we asked this person over and over, are you good to drive home? Can you drive home? Are we gonna be safe? Stuff like that. He said yes. Apparently he was not, because we got pulled over by the cops. We got pulled over by the cops in Germany. In the early hours of the morning, we got pulled over by the cops for drunk driving, and his friend was getting so upset. And if you know me and we've gotten drunk together, you'll know that I tend to be an intellectual drunk sometimes, and then other times I'm a crazy drunk. Because I've gotten in a fight before because of my roommate in Germany, which that's another story. Drop it in the comments if you guys want to hear that short story time, how I got in a fight twice because of my roommate in Germany. Anyway, we got pulled over by the cops, and he actually went to jail. And I don't know if he went to German jail exactly or if he just got arrested, but the cops took him away. He got taken away by the cops. And I was the one that actually had to go and get him in my drunk state. So I went back to my apartment. My friend went back also. Everybody had to come out there to see what was going on, why the cops stopped us. And it's crazy that the cops stopped us right before we were going to turn in to where I lived at the time there in Germany. It's so crazy. You see, when God just wants something to work out, he makes sure it works out, because it's because he got stopped by the cops why we were able to find him when I tried to bring him to court. Well, not try, when I did bring him to court. So he got arrested, right? Let's backtrack. He got arrested. I'm the one that had to go pick him up. He called me to come and pick him up. So I got a taxi. During all this time, I was still intoxicated. Remember this, because it was used against me. During all this time, I was still intoxicated. I called a taxi to go meet him wherever he is. Then on a taxi ride home, when we were heading back to my apartment, I was stumbling up the stairs because, of course, I'm still intoxicated. Like, the plan was to get messed up. During the cab ride, I was actually laying on his lap because I couldn't stay up. I couldn't stay up because I'm intoxicated, and I've been up now for about 24 hours. So I don't know if that's what gave him the wrong idea. There were so many things that I feel like I should have done and could have done differently. So after we got back to my apartment, I wanted to make sure that he was okay and he was comfortable. So I got a little blow up bed. I couldn't even figure out how to blow up this bed because I could barely see. I was so intoxicated I couldn't even see. But he said it's fine, and I'm like, okay, fine. Here's a pillow, and I got myself a pillow too, and we both laid there on the ground. Laid there on the ground. I was fully clothed. He was fully clothed. And let me tell you what I was wearing. I was wearing a sports bra, a t-shirt, and a sweatpants. I wasn't wearing anything sexy. I didn't try to take my clothes off. I didn't do anything like that. But I blame myself for choosing to lay next to him. I didn't go to my own bed because my friend was in my bed. But now I regret. And this is where I say, victims of sexual assault, do not blame yourself, because that man could have came in that room and did whatever he wanted to me regardless of where I was. I was his target. I was his prey, and it didn't matter what I did. He would have still came after me. Anyway, I still blame myself at the time for laying next to him, for choosing to lay next to him. And the reason why I did it is because I felt like him getting arrested was my fault. How does that make any sense? How does this person driving intoxicated, knowing that he's intoxicated and choosing to drive, we all could have died that night. He chose to drive anyways. But at the end of it all, I blame myself. I blame myself because I'm like, if he didn't come to my birthday celebration, he wouldn't have got arrested. Now he's going to get in trouble at work, and it's all going to be because of me. So I decided to sleep next to him that night to make sure he was okay, and, you know, just in case he needed anything. At least that's what I think in my head. That's the reason. So me laying there, his friend was in the, this was in the living room, an open concept living room. My friend was in my room, and I don't know where my roommate was at the time. So we're both laying on the floor. His friend is laying on the couch, and this is when all of it happened. He started touching me Mind you, during all this time, I could barely move. I can barely stay awake because I'm intoxicated on top of exhausted because I've been awake for about 24 hours now. So, this is the rough part. He started touching me. He started taking my clothes off, and I kept telling him, no, 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 you can stop. Please stop. Like, no, that's not why I'm laying down here. I told him, I verbalized all this stuff. I told him over and over. I even pushed him off of me one time. I don't know where I got the energy or where I got the strength. I'm not going to get into detail about the actual event, but I had to push him off of me at one time. Now the morning came, and I honestly didn't, because intoxicated, remember? So I didn't remember what happened the night before. I remembered what happened the night before after everybody went home and I went back to sleep. And I called this person. I confronted this person about what they did to me. And you know what he said to me? Oh, you only told me no once. You only told me no once. Let me tell you guys, when I say that pissed me off, that broke me down, that hit me a different type of way, to the point where I just couldn't. And I'm like, what do you mean I only told you once? You don't need to hear no more than one time. Once is all it takes. You don't, they didn't teach me that, because this person was in the British military. Remember that also. This person is in the British military. Oh, they don't teach me that in my military branch because I don't really work with women. I only work with mostly men, so I didn't know. I'm like, what you mean you didn't know? I told you no. Oh, you only told me no once. You only told me no once. And I even went on as far to ask this person, what if this happened to your sister, to your child, to your aunts, to your cousins? What if this happened to somebody that you love and know? You know what this person said to me? Oh, you're asking me a question that I can't answer. Why can't you answer the question? Because you know what you did to me. And you know what you did was wrong, but you didn't care because, once again, I was your prey. I was your target. I confronted this person the whole time about what he did to me that night, and all he had to say was, I'm hungry now. I'm just gonna go get something to eat. You're overreacting. I'm hungry and I'm just gonna go get something to eat now. And it broke me down. So the next day, I reported him. Let's say it happened Saturday night going into Sunday morning, and Monday morning I went to my chain of command and I reported him. And I am so grateful for my chain of command because they helped me immediately. They were very understanding of what happened to me, and they supported me 100% at the time when I was stationed in Germany. Now, NCIS got involved. That is the Naval Investigative Criminal Services, or NCIS. You guys can figure it out. You can look it up. NCIS got involved. And because this person is not of American military, they're actually British military, the British people took jurisdiction. And can I tell you, after these people took jurisdiction of the case, they drove me crazy. They drove me absolutely crazy. Let me tell you, after they took jurisdiction of this case, I was basically representing myself in this court martial, because I had to do everything myself. I didn't have any representatives. During the time when I was still stationed in Germany, I got orders, and orders means that it's time for me to PCS. So I got orders to PCS to Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I moved to Alabama. Once I moved to Alabama, it's like everybody dropped my case. Nobody cared anymore. Nothing was getting handled. Nothing was getting done. I basically had to fight my case myself. There were 2 times that my case was thrown in the trash, and I had to basically take it out the trash myself. I didn't have a representative from the American side. I called Quantico so many times asking, like, hey, is there somebody that can represent me? Is there some help that I can get? Can somebody go to back to Germany with me to do this court martial? Because I finally got the British people them and them idiot self to see my case go to court martial. But unfortunately, I was told several times by the Marine Corps headquarters there in Quantico that no one could represent me. I'm basically on my own. So I had to face them by myself. You know, when I actually got a representative is when they realized that, oh my gosh, Sergeant Martin is about to go to court martial in Europe by herself with just her cousin that has nothing to do with the military. That's when they finally got someone like a SARC or a sapper, I believe, involved on my case. By then, the British people had already dragged me through the dirt, put me through hell and back. I remember one time when my case was supposed to be going through the court martial process and nobody knew what was going on. I was the one that had to call them and be like, hey, isn't my case getting heard today? They're like, oh no, I don't know about any cases getting heard today. I don't know about that. You're probably gonna have to call back. I had to call. I had to be my own representative. I had to be my own lawyer. I had to do every single thing myself. After I PCS from Germany, it's like my case just got lost in the wind. It's like nobody cared anymore. It got lost in the wind, and I fought and I tried. Now, mind you, during all this time I was going through therapy. I was no longer with my fiance at the time because he low-key blamed me for what happened to me. If you guys want to hear a story time about that too, about why I broke up with my my ex-fiance, please drop it in the comments and I will gladly tell you that story because it's one that needs to be heard. I'll probably share it anyways, but drop it in the comments if you guys want to hear it. Anyway, the British people, they dragged me through the mud. They dragged me through the dirt and back. When I tell you they were driving me to the brink of suicidal ideation, they drove me there. Anyway, fast forward, we actually went to court. And let me tell you how ancient these British people are with their military justice system. They were in white powdered wigs and black robes. Do you know those movies that you used to watch and you see them in court with the little mallet and there, is that what it's called? The mallet? I don't know. Drop it in the comments if you know what it's called. And they have on their white powdered wigs with the rollers in there that you can use to set it, and they have on their black robes. That's what it was. And guess what? I had a lawyer. I had a freaking British lawyer that I have never spoken to, that didn't ask me any questions, that didn't care about my case pretty much. Because how do you have a representative that didn't ask you anything? Because they were not taking this serious and they were not going to prosecute him in the first place. Anyway, me being on that stage during that court martial, I got drilled like I was the criminal. Like I like I did something wrong. This man was like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what she was really wearing. Oh, you weren't drunk enough to call a taxi, but you were saying that you were drunk and he took advantage of you and all sorts of like that. I'm trying not to cuss because I am born again. But it's just stuff like that that I went through sitting there. He twisted the story, talking about character, talking about this and that. And at the end of it all, they let that bitch go. They said, unfortunately, they don't have enough evidence to prosecute this man for sexually assaulting me. And that broke me. That broke me. I cried on my way home. I cried when I got home. I still cry sometimes to this day because he got away. And what that did to me, when I say it broke me, I literally meant it broke something in me mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, because my shopping addiction, it developed from there. Mentally, I had several mental breakdowns after that. Like, I was institutionalized in a 30-day program that I had to spend 6 months in. If you guys want to know about my experience in the Hope program in Ocala, Florida, please drop it in the comments. I would love to talk to you guys about it. It's such a great program, and it's what's helped me to this day. But yeah, they let him go, and they had absolutely all the evidence in the world that they needed. They had my drawers, they had the sheets, they had my clothes, they had absolutely everything, but apparently they couldn't find what they needed. So I told them to keep it. They can burn it, and they can burn in hell. Oh, I look so pretty. Yeah, guys, so they didn't do anything to that man, and it drove me to being strictly homicidal towards men, especially black men. I wanted to destroy them all. I'm not going to use the K word, but if you're old enough, you know, I don't want to use a keyword. Let's just say I wanted to destroy all black men, all Caribbean men. It didn't even matter where you were from. As long as I saw you, I just wanted to get rid of you. And then it progressed and advanced to all men. I just wanted to get rid of all men, period, point blank. There was nothing about it. But I went through the program. I got help. I was put on medication. What am I doing? I'm so crazy. But I was put on meds, guys, and I'm still on meds. But thank you for listening. That's it. Comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to hear more. That's the end of the story, guys. Bye. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.